Good afternoon, Panther fans. Welcome in the Stronach Aurora Recreational Center. It's time for Game 17 of the regular season. This time, the Central York Junior Panthers are hosting the visiting Cambridge Rivulettes. If you were with us yesterday, you'll remember that Central York came away with a very, very tight 2-1 victory over the London Devilettes. It was a 1-1 tie a long time, but they came away with the victory with the game-winning goal being scored by Audrey Martone. Central York Junior Panthers are looking to stay in the win column today against Cambridge. Cambridge coming in 10th place right now. Central York, still after that win yesterday, still holding down second place behind the Etobicoke Junior Dolphins, and they want to look to continue that trend. There are 7 other games going on in the U22 Elite Division today, and I'll bring you the updated scores on that. I thought I'd come on a little early before the music started so you could actually hear me talk. I know all of us are a little tired after last night. If you're a Blue Jays fan, my condolences. That's sports, and that's all I had to say about that. Here come the Central York Junior Panthers to the ice. Oh, we've got 4 little skaters today. How cute. I love that they include the little skaters. I really do. I don't always see that in every single U22 Elite building when I go to do the games, but this is a cool way to include all the younger players. And here come the Central York Junior Panthers, led by Zoe Ordenis. Now we are missing a few girls in the lineup due to them attending the U18 tournament in Newfoundland. Demi Lazarou, Annabella Van Berkel, and our goaltender Claire Hicks are at that tournament. Today we have 2 call-ups helping us out. Number 55 is being worn by Sarah Martin, and number 10 is being worn by Charlotte Endicott, the same 2 ladies who were with us yesterday, and our backup goaltender wearing number 80 is Callie Sika. Your starting lineup for the Central York Junior Panthers: in net, number 31, Jamie Sanford, same as yesterday. On defense, number 7, Caitlin Clark. Number 35, Rachel Telesnik. And on the forward line, number 16, Lily Paisley. Number 19, Anastasia Trippon. And number 97, Elizabeth Janofsky. I was able to talk to the Cambridge coaching staff, and I do have their starting lineup. Starting in net, number 31, Addison Mitchell. And Addison Mitchell was the one who was in Barrie not too long ago and suffered that heartbreaking loss in that 9 round of shootouts, but she's back in the net again today. On defense, number 11, Kendra Rastari, and number 14, Olivia Carrier. On the forward line, number 16, Emerson Miller. Number 21, Jenna Sharon, and number 28, Sadie D'Angela. Over 4 minutes to go here in the warm-up. Again, I indicated there were 7 other games going on in U22 Elite action. 2 of those games are complete. Kingston visited OHA and came away with a victory 3-2. Leaside visited the PN and they beat the Wildcats 3-1. North York is currently playing the Ottawa Sens, and that game is 1-0 in favor of the Senators. The other 4 games happening today: Ridley College visiting Waterloo starting at 2 o'clock. London visiting Burlington starting at 3 o'clock. Windsor visits Brampton starting at 3 o'clock. And Blue Water versus Whitby, that's at the 4 o'clock mark. Once again, the goal scorers in yesterday's 2-1 victory over the London Devilettes. Ordenis got them on the board. Martone put it to bed, and that's how they came away with the 3 points. Now, the last game for Cambridge to play was on Halloween night. They suffered a 4-3 loss to Mississauga, another tight game versus the Hurricanes. Those 3 goals were scored by Jenna Sharon, number 5, Ellen Neal, and number 18, Marin Broderick. So definitely keep an eye on those numbers today as they take on the Central York Junior Panthers. 3 minutes to go here in warm-up. We'll have our national anthem, player introductions, and Game 17 of the regular season. Stand by, ladies and gentlemen. how's your November going so far? It's only been 2 days. A little chilly? It's a beautiful fall day outside today. Bright sunshine, no snow. Fingers crossed that doesn't happen for a while. How's my weekend so far? I'm a little tired after last night's game. I wasn't expecting extra innings. But you know what? With sports, with the Blue Jays are considered, they came close. They were inches away from winning it. And unfortunately, there is a team that has to lose that. Do the Dodgers deserve it more? Who's to say? The Dodgers came out the winner, and kudos to them. But congratulations to the Blue Jays on one hell of a ride this season. It hurts, it stings, and it will for a while. But you have to remember how they got there. They came together as a team, as a family. They fought side by side together. And that's what sports is all about, getting there. It would be great to have the ring to go with it, but that doesn't mean that the work up to it doesn't deserve a pat on the back and a congratulations. I love 2025 watching both the Blue Jays. I look forward to every night in front of my television, win or lose. I'm sorry I have to wait 3 more months or 4 more months until I get to do it all over again, but it's also hockey season, and I am more of a hockey fan than I am a baseball fan, so I'm happy to have hockey to deal with now for the next 5 months. Just over a minute left in warm-up, folks. Once again, my name is Cheryl Gilroy. My partner today is Delaney Schwartz. Thank you so much for joining us on the live stream on this beautiful Sunday afternoon in Aurora, Ontario. Stand by. Also very happy to say that the Cambridge uniforms are extremely easy to read. I had a tough time with those London jerseys yesterday. Those names are really hard to see. I love clean, crisp uniforms that I can read. Here we go. On defense for the Cambridge Rivulettes, again, number 11, Kendra Vastari. Number 14, Olivia Carrier. On the forward line, number 16, Emerson Miller. Number 21, Jenna Sharon. And number 28, Sadie D'Angela. Starting in net for the Cambridge Rivulettes today with a record of 4-2, number 31, Addison Mitchell. They'll introduce our little skaters here today. I do not have their names, but that's who they introduce first. Trying to push them forward to the line. It's so freaking cute. They're so nervous. All right. Way to go, ladies. Happy to have you here with us today. Starting lineup for the Central York Junior Panthers. On defense, number 7, Caitlin Clark. Number 35, Rachel Telesnik. On the forward line, number 16. 97, excuse me, Elizabeth Janowski. Number 16, Lily Paisley. And number 19, Anastasia Triffon. And starting in net for the Central York Junior Panthers with a record of 6-1, number 31, Jamie Sanford. Time for the national anthem, and then we'll get 20 minutes on the clock. right, who's ready for some hockey now that baseball season is done? Okay, I'll stop harping on that, but I really feel sorry for the Blue Jays this morning. All right, we got 20 minutes on the clock. Delaney, you're all set to go? Awesome, high five. All right, let's do this. Thanks everybody near and far for joining the live stream. We're set for puck drop. Here we go. Cambridge is going to get their first touch of that puck. They lose control right away though. Caitlin Clark and Telesnik play a little bit of catch. Cambridge, Emerson Miller trying to bring it into the zone, and it will enter the Central York end. Sharon's going to give it chase and try to work herself around Telesnik. Central York taking over, trying to clear the zone. Sharon trying to pull it off the boards and put it into the slot. Carrier coming to mind the blue line to make sure it doesn't exit the zone. Janowski being bothered by a stick, but she does get that puck around the corner. It's going to come back for Rachel Telesnik, and she'll take her time. Clear the zone, pass up to Lily Paisley. It touches her stick, and it will enter the zone. Kendra Ristori making a big turn now for the Cambridge Rivulettes, bringing it in the zone, and she'll put it right in on net, and we'll have our first stop here by Miss Jamie Sanford. And we are underway here in the first minute. Game 17 of the regular season. Hillock to take the face-off for Cambridge. Central York's going to gather it, but doesn't hang on to it for too long. It'll go up into the mesh, and we'll have another quick face-off. Same duo on the face-off dot, this time on the left of Sanford. Coming out in front, Hillock couldn't make a quick turn, so she'll pass it behind the net for Burt. Burt can't get it out in front. It trickles into the slot area, picked up by Ella Frasca, trying to hand it off to Ordanis. Shapira can't clear it. Hillock trying to do her best to keep it in the zone before heading to the bench. Here come the Central York Panthers, cross out to Abby Pack. Abby Pack with a hat trick back on Tuesday. I forgot to mention that in yesterday's broadcast. I was so caught up with the technical difficulties I forgot to mention the hat trick. Kira Johnson now on the job in the Central York end. She'll pass it out to Audrey Martone. Once again, Audrey Martone with the game winner yesterday. Sliding it off to Lewington. Lewington can't catch up with that puck. Cambridge taking over in their own end. Big pass up to Lauren Stiles. She'll do a dump into the near side corner. Chase after it. Briar Deckers for Central York gets there. Trying to ring it around the far side boards in the corner. Still on the job. Out to Audrey Martone, but not out of the zone yet. Reese Reed doing her best to keep it in the zone. They'll have to double back though into the neutral zone. Here comes Shapira. She's by herself. She waits, fires on the short side. A great save by Addison Mitchell. That's her first touch of the puck. Behind the net. Ella Neal trying to clear it out there for Cambridge. Central York, they want another kick at this while they're still in the end. Shapira making a turn, trying to get away from who's chasing her. Trying to hold on to it. Back behind the goal line for Sarah Martin. She's our call-up today. One of three call-ups, today. Out to the near side boards and into the slot area. Unfortunately, no Panther available to take possession of that puck and make an attempt. They will battle for it on the far side. Neal's going to come away with it for Cambridge. Over the red line, they'll dump after it. Ava Strome's going to try to gather it. Janowski doing a really good job keeping her off the puck. Coming around, Carrier coming in with a big check. Giving the Rivulettes an advantage, but they can't hold on to the puck as it slides through the slot. Coming down the far side, trying to center it in front, shot in! That just misses by the far post. My goodness, Central York coming close to scoring first in this contest. Back and forth over that red line. Paisley's going to try to chase after it, but it's picked up by the Rivulettes behind their own goal line. They'll get it to neutral and all the way down behind the net. Sadie D'Angela trying to hold on. She'll pass it to Miller, trying to put it out in front. In comes Broderick, and it will escape the zone. Zoe Ordanis gets to it first, one-on-one versus Randall. She'll fire, and a great save by Mitchell. Out in front, slides through. Central York trying to hold on possession in the Rivulet end, can't hold on. Strone trying to come back the other way. It gets past Randall as well. Broderick's going to find it behind the goal line and ring it around the boards out to Quinn Carswell. Rivulet still holding on possession in their own end. They want to clear it. Central York's want another kick at this. It'll go around the goal line. Kira Johnson looking for Martone in front. She's pushed off. Lewington will gather that puck behind the goal line. Out to Ashley Miner. Central York still holding on. Miner at the blue one will fire it through traffic, looking for a deflection. But Mitchell's got it in the glove. Just over 15 minutes. Are we already 5 minutes into this contest? My goodness. That happened fast. This is only game 13 for Cambridge to game 17 for Central York. So Central York's in a little bit more action. Cambridge sitting in 10th place, so they do have enough room to start moving up if they can gather enough wins. Central York, of course, wants to stay in second place. So both teams have a lot to fight for here in this game today. Reese Reed behind the line, getting it out in front for Micah Carswell. Trying to flip it to center, and she does. She gets it to Stiles, trying to hand it off to Rivers. Rivers can't catch up to it. They'll battle for it in the back of the net. That's Telesnik. Kira Johnson gets it to the blue line, but not out. Now she'll pop it over. Janowski trying to run away with it, but Kendra Ristori for the Rivulettes will gather that puck in the far corner and hand it off to Reese Reed. Up to Rivers. Frasca now for Central York, flipping it back in play as the Central York Panthers get onside, and Mitchell's just going to put a stop to that quickly with the glove. Looking for our first goal of this contest so far. Just about 6 minutes into period number 1. Janowski to take the face off. Shot in quickly, that struck iron. And the Panthers come close. Battle on the near side boards, trying to pull it off into the slot area. It's going to get picked up by the Rivulettes. Sending it to the far side. That's Olivia Carrier. It's going to get dropped down in front by Mackenzie Cody. Handing it right off to Abigail Pack. She'll fire. Saved by Mitchell. Far side. Rivulettes trying to flip it out. Cody holds on with the glove again. She's got that move down pat. Back to Abby Pack. She'll bring it in over that blue line. She's pushed off by Burt. So she'll dump it down into the near side corner. Battle on the near side corner, trying to pull it off. It'll come out to Burt. Burt gets it into the neutral zone, but can't get too far as she's intercepted by Ashley Miner. Ordanis flipping it over to Pack. She'll fire from the far side, and it lands just behind the net. Rivulet's taking her time. Burt again pushed off that puck by Ashley Miner. Great defensive move by Miner. That'll come down behind the goal line here, and that will be icing against the Cambridge Rivulettes. Quite the interesting vibe in this game so far. Nothing too physical, but definitely enthusiastic. If that's the word I could use to describe what I'm seeing right now. Kira Johnson on the draw. It's going to get won by the Rivulettes. Burt trying to pull it away, and it'll get to the neutral zone. Martone coming all the way back, sliding it over to Briar Deckers. Deckers looking for Lewington. She was a half a stride back, so Rivulettes will clear the zone. Whoa! Now, if that did not hit the match, that was coming our way, Delaney. I actually flinched. Woo! Everybody in front of us flinched. They were getting ready to catch it. I would have caught it. I would have saved you, Delaney. Out in front, quick shot by Sharon, but it's intercepted and will deflect out to the far side corner. Central York trying to look for that puck behind their own net. Great job by Emerson Miller out in front looking for D'Angela. Can't get the shot off, so they'll have to double back into their own end. Lewington giving a good chase. It'll come out to Sharon in the neutral zone, and she'll weave around Shapira. And we're going to have our first penalty call of this game. It's going to be for too many players. That infraction going against the Central York Panthers. Power play opportunity here for Cambridge. Everything set? Okay. Janowski to take the draw. Back out to Reese Reed, who wastes no time making a shot, and that hits a body. Puck still loose. Cambridge still trying to find it. Neal makes the shot, but that hits a body, and it will get back to the blue line and out of bounds. Reese Reed backing it up at the red line. What a great opportunity there for Reese Reed and the Rivulettes to get a good goal there. Bit of a collision there on the far side. Reed with another shot in. Save! Sanford sliding over to kick it out of harm's way. Sarah Hellock trying to get it out in front to the slot. Maddie Kim setting it to the blue line for Reese Reed, and that's deflected by the Panthers, and they will escape that campaign on the power play. Just about a minute gone. Wow, what action here on the penalty kill here for Central York. Far side. Over to Carrier. She'll bring it in. She's got Micah Carswell with her. Trying to hand off to Stiles. She does. Stiles sends it to the far side for Ristori, but it gets by her. Here's Kira Johnson short-handed, trying to cut it, and she's pushed off by Ristori, and that will end the power play. That's going to be for body contact. Or body checking, I think, is the actual call. So we're going to have 4-on-4. So take off the, thank you. You knew that, it was coming. 45 seconds of 4-on-4 action, and then Central York will get an abbreviated power play out of this. Again, Ristori sitting for body contact. Shot in, that misses on the far side post. So Jordan is trying to hold on, but it's tipped away from her by Miller. Miller forcing the net, trying the backhand, trying to get underneath Sanford. Now, was that a point at the... Nope, calling another penalty. Slashing. Should I say a parade has started already to the penalty box? Abby Pack being called for the slash. So we'll get some 4-on-3 action for 25 seconds, then back to 4-on-4 for just over a minute, and then a minute of power play opportunity for Rivulettes. Randall at the blue line. She'll come into the center, sending it to the far side for Broderick. Down low for Miller. She'll fire. That's deflected up and over the net. Back out to the blue line for Randall. Randall coming into center, handing it off to Broderick, and she'll fire. Common pattern I've seen. Broderick's got a heck of a one-timer, so when they have an opportunity to hand the puck to her, they do. Back to Randall. Bring it around her own net, and they'll reset up as the lines are a little bit different. Burt now on the ice for Cambridge. They'll bring it around the far side. Lewington for Central York trying to get to it first. Caitlin Clark for the Panthers hands it off to Martone. She's got a little bit of space. Nearly at a 2-on-1 developing. In comes Sharon. She'll fire. That misses over the crossbar. Sharon back on that puck. Maddie Kim thought she was going to get a pass. It'll go behind the net for Burt. Here's Ashley Miner passing it off to Kira Johnson. She's all by herself. No, she's got Miner bringing in with her. She'll wait. Fans on the shot attempt. That may have been a good chance. Here's Johnson again trying to get around Maddie Kim. They'll battle for it on the far side. Picking it up is Reese Reed for the... No! Janowski stole that puck away. Sends it to the front. Briar Decker's trying to get a shot in, and that hits a couple of bodies and deflects into the far side corner. Cambridge slowing it down. This is Maddie Kim. Loses an edge. She'll pass it off to Reese Reed, who eventually gets it out to Sarah Hillock. Ooh, I'm out of breath. 14 seconds remaining in the power play for Cambridge. They may get one more chance at this. Carrier in the corner. And out. That will take care of all the penalties. And we're back to 5-on-5. Wow, that was exciting few minutes. Broderick gets it to neutral. Nearly had the puck stolen away from here. Here's Ava Strum. They'll trickle down past the goal line. And Sanford, I think, wants to slow things down, so she'll just glove that down here with 8:19, I think I'm reading on the clock, left in the first period. Shapiro to take the draw versus Neal for Cambridge. That gets out to the neutral zone. Oh, shot off the boards, and Pack is slammed into the boards right in front of the Cambridge bench. Randall couldn't hold the puck. Ordanis trying to steal it away. Rivulettes send it up to Rivers. Rivers can't go far with it. Ordanis coming back the other way. Here's Abby Pack on a bit of a break. Whoa, what a great save by Mitchell. Got to capitalize on those passes for sure. Abby Pack made the most of that. They'll battle for it again in front of the Cambridge bench. Coming away from it is Mackenzie Cody. Has her stick lifted, can't carry it in to make a full shot. Frasco holding on to the blue line, sending it down deep while the Central York Panthers are making a change. Far side, over to Lacey Rivers. Rivers sending it past the blue line, will chase after it while the Rivulettes are on a line change. To Lesnick, up to Martone, intercepted by Reese Reed. She'll bring it in by herself, trying to get around to Lesnick while she waits for reinforcements. They don't come. Lewington to Kira Johnson. She's got Martone with her on the right. Looking to pass off, she'll shoot it in instead. Mitchell with the steer aside right into the plexiglass. Here's Hillock being bothered by Martone. Back out into the neutral zone. Hillock down. Reese Reed sends it to the far side for Maddie Kim, and she'll just dump it down. Sanford's going to leave it behind the net. Out into the neutral zone for Triffon. Now Janowski can't get it away from Broderick. She'll send it into the neutral zone. Here's Neal. Ella Neal bringing it in. Trying to drop it to Emerson Miller. She'll make a big turn at the point. Sending it down to Broderick. Gets past her. Rivulettes try to center it up. Here's Emerson Miller. She'll drop past to Broderick, who fires it again. That hits Ordanis. Ashley Miner now getting it to the neutral zone. Penalty coming on the play. It's going to be a hook. That's going against number 16, Emerson Miller. So this time Central York's going to get a full 2-minute power play out of this. Let's see if that makes a difference. Just over 6 minutes to go in the first period. No score as of yet, but great back and forth action. Goalies haven't been busy. A lot of neutral play here for both squads. Out to Cody. To the near side for Pack. Back to Cody at the point. She'll fire through traffic. Steered aside by Mitchell. Back to Cody at the point, sending it over to Ordanis. She'll send it through, and that slides to the other side. Back to Ordanis. She can't settle that bouncing puck down. Shapiro trying to get a hold of it. It's going to bounce out to neutral. Over to Pack. Pack's got it. Up to Shapiro. Shapiro's got Ordanis with her. She'll drop pass to her. Central York on a line change. Martone trying to hold on. And Carswell, Micah Carswell gets it out of harm's way. Another penalty coming. There's going to be a slash call, and that's going to go against Audrey Martone. Back to 4-on-4 we go, Delaney. 1 minute, 13 seconds remaining in the 4-on-4. And then another abbreviated power play for Cambridge. Lesnick trying to pull it off the boards and getting it away from Burt. Pushing and shoving. Hillock sends it back behind the goal line where Rachel Telesnik finds it. She'll backhand it over to Caitlin Clark as the Central York Panthers try to clear the zone. Again, 4-on-4. Up to Lewington. It does enter the zone and gets around the official. Lewington trying her best to get her stick on it as she's thrown around. Oh my goodness. Both players hit the deck. Woo! What action. Maddie Kim now in possession. She'll make a turn and peel away, giving herself some space. Slide up. Miner trying to get into the way. She does deflect that puck. Shot in by Paisley. And that will escape back out to the neutral zone. The puck's making weird bounces today. Micah Carswell in possession. Over that red line. She'll dump it down right on net. 5 seconds remaining in the 4-on-4, and there'll be nearly 50 seconds of power play opportunity for the Cambridge Rivulettes. Battle on the far side corner. Decker's trying to hold on to that puck. Out to the blue line for Randall, and the Central York Panthers will get it into the neutral zone. Down the near side for Broderick. She'll pass it up to D'Angela. Up it down. Briar Decker is off the boards and out to Broderick, who holds onto it with the body. Miller pushing and driving the net. Decker is trying to get in her way. Far side pass, nearly an opportunity for Sharon for the Rivulettes, but Central York clears the zone with 5 seconds remaining on the power play for Cambridge. It'll come to neutral. Mackenzie Cody flipping it back the other way. And once again, we are back to 5-on-5. Down to the far side in the Cambridge end. Central York once again another chance at this. 3 minutes to go here in the opening frame. No score. Randall for Cambridge will make a turn looking for Sharon, but she's being bothered by Chira Johnson. Johnson steals it out in front. Nearly had a wraparound attempt, but Mitchell was totally ready for that. Down behind the net. Moving around the near side corner as we enter the final 2.5 minutes of this first period. Sharon over to Carswell, now back in the neutral zone. Sorry, I got my tongue tied there for a second. Down deep and around the backside of the Cambridge net to the far side for Martone. Martone was her enthusiasm, trying to get it out of the slot area. She'll chase after it behind the net. Behind Olivia Carrier. Far side. Caitlin Clark helping the cause. She nearly had an opportunity to turn and fire. Cambridge keeping that puck on the outside. It will escape to the neutral zone. Carswell nearly had an opportunity to break away with it. Now Strom. Oh my goodness. I just saw 4 blue sweaters move in unison towards this Cambridge end. Shot for Triffon. That doesn't meet its target, and Cambridge will clear the zone again. My goodness, you almost like an energy level flipped the switch and it went up. All I saw were those 4 jerseys heading towards the Cambridge end. 1:36 on the clock. No score. Officials talking about where to put this puck, and they're going to put it into the Cambridge end, right to the left of Addison Mitchell. It's going to be Stiles versus Janowski. That's won by the Cambridge Rivulettes. Far side. It'll come all the way down. I don't think that's going to be icing. Yes, it will be. 1:26 left on the clock. It's been a fast-paced first period, but awkward bounces on that puck and shifts in momentum between both teams. It's been an interesting first period. 2 very evenly matched teams, despite Central York sitting in second and Cambridge sitting in 10th. But remember, Central York has got its 2 best goal scorers gone at the tournament, which levels the playing field even more. So the Central York Panthers are going to have to fight even harder without those 2 strong forwards in the lineup. That puck will go up and over into the Cambridge bench as we about to head into the final minute of play in the first period. After the face-off, Central York trying to put it back the other way. Rachel Burke for Cambridge brings it in the zone. Randall trying to get a shot. She'll send it back to Ava Strome, which sends it to the far side again for Broderick. A shot in, and a 2-on-1 here developing between Pack and Ordanis. She'll wait, she'll fire. Rebound available. Ordanis going too fast, or she may have had that rebound to make a shot. In comes Ava Strome. Towards the net. Here's Ordanis back in possession of that puck. She'll get it to neutral. Sending it down deep as she goes off for a line change. Kira Johnson now on the ice, along with Lewington. So that Lewington-Martone-Johnson line is on. She'll go tripping, and that is going to be a penalty call for sure against the Cambridge Rivulettes for the trip. It's going against number 5, Ella Neal. Been a very busy first period on the penalty side. My game sheet's filling up already. 20 seconds remaining here in the first period. Power play opportunity will carry over into the second. Johnson to the far side corner as they battle for it. The final seconds here tick off. Will come out in front for another opportunity. No. It'll go by everybody, and that will take care of the first period. So after 20 minutes, there is no score. 3 penalties called on each side. We had a couple of 4-on-4s, but nothing behind the goaltenders. So we're going to see what happens here in the second period as a minute 39 of that power play will carry over into the second period. We'll take a quick break. Come on back for the second period, folks. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're just getting set here for the second period. The players are about to step onto the ice as we bring you back into the Stronach Aurora Recreational Center. Delaney, you ready for period number 2? That was exciting, period number 1. Bring you up to date on the out-of-town scoreboard. Once again, Kingston defeated OHA by a score of 3-2. The Leaside Nepean game is now final, and Leaside took that one also by a score of 3-2. And currently the Ottawa Senators are up on the North York Storm 2-1. Couple other games getting going again. Ridley visiting Waterloo. That game starting at 2 o'clock. London versus Burlington, and Windsor versus Brampton, and Bluewater versus Whitby all get going after the 3 o'clock mark. So I won't be able to bring those updates to you, but I will bring the other ones up to you. No scoring in the first period as we wrap up here our final minute of warm-up. No scoring. 3 penalties on each. In fact, 1 power play is going to extend here into the second period for a minute 39. Eye of the Tiger. Gotta love that tune. 30 seconds remaining. The players have switched sides. Now the Central York Panthers will be skating from left to right. Rivulettes skating from right to left. And like I said, I really like these white jerseys. They're so clean, and I love the color combinations and stuff. Really pretty. Not that hockey jerseys are supposed to be pretty. Don't worry, Central York fans, I like our jerseys too. I just never know if it's going to be red or blue on a given occasion. Looks like it's going to be Janowski versus Miller to start the second period. And we are underway. Once again, a minute 39 was on the clock to start the power play here in the second period, and Central York's Briar Deckers is going to quarterback that up, sending it off to Janowski. Pass up to Lily Paisley. Paisley will enter the zone, has her stick lifted and couldn't pass it through. They'll battle for it behind the net. Reese Reed getting in on the action. Janowski with the slashing stick. I'm surprised that wasn't called as she came in there with full force. They'll battle for it on the boards, and the puck will escape the zone. 1 minute remaining in the power play. Decker is passing it all the way up to Trifon. She'll try to hand it off to Paisley, but Reese Reed for Cambridge, sending it back the other way. Decker's now behind the net again, up to Shapira. So we've got some fresh paws here for the power play. Frasca is on the job as well. Shapira trying to make her turn. She sends it to the far side. That's Abby Pack trying to put it back to Cody, but she misread that. So the Panthers will have to double back. Here's Zoe Ordanis. Can't hold on. Randall for Cambridge will get her stick on it and will lift it all the way down to the end. 25 seconds remaining in the power play. Chance for Central York to have one more chance at this. Shapira trying to work around Restori. She'll hit the brakes. Opportunity here for D'Angela. Doesn't get too far, couldn't get past Mackenzie Cody. Carrier in the far corner, passing it back to Restari. Back to 5-on-5 now. Carswell nearly had an opportunity, and that's going to draw a penalty. Interference or hooking for the hook. So another power play opportunity here for Cambridge. They're 0 for 3 on the power play so far. Reed sending it down deep. Rivers nearly had an opportunity in close proximity to the crease. Trying to pop it out in front. Back behind the net, trying to get it out in front. Picked up by Telesnik, and she'll get it out. Capitalize on that loose puck, and Rachel Telesnik is able to get it out and send it down to the Cambridge end. Reese Reed taking her time. Pass off to Stiles. It'll bounce off of her puck and right on to Caitlin Clark. Johnson nearly in the right spot at the right time to make an attempt, but She'll head off to the bench instead. Caitlin Clark finding it off the boards again. Sending it down into the crease in front of Mitchell. Martone going flying, and the puck coming all the way back to the Cambridge end. So a great penalty kill so far for Cambridge. Minute gone, minute left. Maddie Kim. Far side to Ella Neal. She'll work around and she'll find Ashley Miner, who sends it back down. Maddie Kim will start again from behind the goal line. She's got Randall and Neal with her again. Back to the far side for Neal. Bert's coming in to center it. That's who she passes to. Chase after it into the far side corner. Martone lifting it now and sending it to the neutral zone, but not out over Broderick. Broderick fires. Toe save for Sanford. Play continues behind the net. Out to the blue line. Shot in again by Randall. That goes high and wide. Burt down low in the near side corner. Looking for Stroh in the front. Puck will skip over and Triffon will send it all the way down, killing off the remaining seconds of that penalty, and then we're now back to 5-on-5. Randall intercepted by Clark. She'll bring it in. Weaving around, sending it over to Pack. Nearly connected. Oh my goodness. What a play. Quinn Carswell doesn't hold on to that puck. Shapira to the far side. Can't get it out. Caitlin Clark on it again. Pack driving, looking for Shapira. She'll turn and fire, but that goes behind, or was it in the glove of Mitchell? Mitchell's got it in the glove. Shapira on the face-off dot, and she'll square off against Emerson Miller. Shapira has it, trying to get it out from that corner. Miller to D'Angela. Ordanis trying to shovel it out. They'll battle for it here in the near side boards. It'll scoot over now to Ristori. Ristori sending it to the far side. And up to D'Angela. Intercepted by Abby Pack. They'll bring it right back in. Great job by Shapira to hold the line down to the far side corner. Cambridge back in possession. They'll sail it right over Audrey Martone's head, right onto Ella Frasca's stick, and she'll dump it right back down into play. Under 15 minutes to go here in period number 2. Still looking for our first goal. Out to Lewington, to Frasca. Frasca, again, dumping it down behind the goal line. Martone's going to give it chase, as is Johnson, trying to go inside the back door with the backhand. Doesn't work. Martone loses her stick for the effort. Down deep. Cody can't hold on. Here's Martone. She's going to hold on to that puck and send it. No! That's going to go right to Sanford. Panthers had to be careful on that endeavor. Luckily, nothing come of it. 14:24 remaining in the second period. We have a face-off here to the left of Sanford. Sanford stellar in yesterday's contest with the London Rivulettes. Tight score 2-1. Looking for the same thing today as they fight to keep in the win column. Up to Lacey Rivers. Rivers is going to come back to her own end and make a turn to the red line. Poke back to Triffon. Paisley a half a stride back, but she'll find that puck to Triffon. She'll back in just past the near side post. Central York still in possession. Now up to Ella Neal, and now Micah Carswell. Carswell sandwich to go behind the net, out in front. The Panthers had to be careful. Shot in by Reese Reed, and a great save by Sanford. That puck again is doing weird bounces in this game. Charlotte Endicott now on the ice. And I haven't seen her touch the puck much in this contest as of yet. She does now after the face-off, but can't get it out of the Central York end. It'll now bounce to the blue line. Rachel Burt holding on. Back to Telesnik for Central York. to make a turn, being bothered by Ellen Neal. Johnson poking it free. Johnson has to chase after Broderick, who will step and turn and fire back to the Central York end, and that will be an icing call against the Cambridge Rivulettes. Face off to the left of Mitchell. Johnson's going to get tossed out of the face-off dot. She's squaring off against Ellen Neal. In comes Sarah Martin for Central York. Back to Clark. It'll skip to Martin. Endicott sending it back behind the line. Back out to the neutral zone. Martin putting it back in play in the Cambridge end. Randall finding it. She'll go behind her over to Broderick. Broderick sending out to Stiles past her stick, and that will be... Oh, I thought it was going to be icing. I saw the hand up. I guess they waved that off. Okay. Play continues to the central end. Well, you never know. Off the boards. Restore trying to pull it away and get a shot off. She drives the net now. Short side off the net, but on the wrong side. And the puck will escape and come all the way down. Carrier. Pack battling for it. In comes Cody. She'll fire. And a save by Addison Mitchell. 12:15 remaining in the second period. We're still looking for a goal here. I'll trickle into Mitchell. She'll put a stop to that quickly. I hate 0-0 ties. Or turn on the draw for Central York. It's going to get one though. Rivulettes. Yep, they'll have it. Here's Maddie Kemp to the far side. Rivers. She'll find it. Johnson nearly intercepted that. That's going to get passed out to Gwynn Carswell. Martone finding it. Handing it off to Frasca. She immediately bounces it up to Johnson. She'll chase after it. Reed gets there first. Slides it over to Kim. Martone battling for it in the near side corner. Out to Mackenzie Cody. And it will find the neutral zone. Here's Lacey Rivers working around trip on. 219's battling it out. Down deep into the corner. Near side to the right of Sanford. Now behind the net. To the far side. To the blue line, but not out. Randall making an attempt. Hits a couple of shin guards. Awkward bounces. Broderick putting it towards the net, and that will go up and into the mesh here for a face-off with just over 11 minutes to go in the second period. Oh, there's a song I haven't heard in a while. Hey, Mickey. I remember that was in the top 10 when I was in high school. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, that does date me. I won't say how old I am, no. I'll trickle into Sanford for another face-off. Yes, I am an 80s girl. Yes. I will admit that. That's all I'm going to admit to. Janowski versus Miller. Whoa, quick shot in. Just past the glove of Sanford. Battle for it in the near side corner. Back behind the net and out to the far side. Shot in. Great save. Broderick with the shot and it gets past Sanford up and over the left-hand shoulder. And Broderick will strike first blood for the Cambridge Rivulettes. Maren Broderick's fourth goal of the season. Sanford was screened and she never saw it fly past her shoulder. And the Central York Panthers find themselves behind by one. Battle for it in front of the Cambridge bench. Trying to pull it away. It will skip out to the neutral zone. Shot in, steered aside by Sanford. I can't hear who got the assist. Back down to D'Angelo, shot in on the near side. That steered aside nicely by Sanford. Russ Story and the Cambridge Rivulettes still here in the Central York end. Panthers want to clear it out in front for Miller, and she puts another one past Sanford. Oh my! Emerson Miller nodding her third goal of the season, and now the Central York Panthers are down by 2 in less than a minute. It's still early, lots of time, don't panic. Cambridge just capitalizing quickly on those loose pucks and getting them past Sanford when she screened. And that looked to be very similar as the first goal. But like I said, lots of time left. If Cambridge can score 2 goals in less than a minute, so can Central York. Face off to the left of Mitchell. That's going to get picked up by the Rivulettes. They'll battle for it behind. Mitchell looking left and right. Rivulettes are going to pull it out. Up to Micah Carswell. Drop pass to Stiles, who fired in on target, and that's steered aside by Sanford. Both goals even strength. Sanford pouncing on that puck. She's not taking any more chances when that puck's out in front. She's going to pounce on that puck no matter what now. Janowski immediately kicked out of the faceoff dot. I'm not sure why. She barely got there. Triffon will take the draw. That's going to get won by the Central York Panthers in their attempt to get out of their own end. Cambridge did a great job penning them in. It'll come out all the way down. Will that be icing? Nope, icing waved off. Paisley gets there. Can't hold on. Oh, we've got another penalty coming. Interference this time. I think it's going to go against... Yeah, it's going to go back against the Central York Panthers. Another power play here for Cambridge. Just under 10 minutes to go here in the second period. 2-0 Rivulettes. 2 very quick goals here in the last couple of minutes. Broderick down to Randall. Back to Broderick, back on their own end. Opportunity here by Janowski. She'll backtrack into the neutral zone. She can't hold on to it. Decker's helping her out. Triffon now will try to pin against that board. Ava Strome trying to pull that puck away. Ashley Miner trying to pull it back into the Cambridge end as it goes back and forth between the two benches. Down to Briar Deckers and a pass up. She'll dump it down. Minute 20 here remaining in the power play for Cambridge. Far side. Neal. Intercepted by Telesnik. Broderick's going to come give her teammate a hand. She'll bring it into the zone onside. Sanford's just going to glove that down and some pushing and shoving here. And there will be a penalty call on that play. Interference is the call again, and that's going to be against Broderick. So we're going to have some 4-on-4 action here for a minute 8 and an abbreviated power play here for the Panthers. Hillock to take the face-off for Cambridge against Ordanis. Pack, Ordanis pinning it up. Now at the blue line, shot in. Rebound available. Mitchell couldn't glove it down, but Rivulettes are going to gather that and get it out of their own end. Quinn Carswell through the middle. Right back to Carrier. Trying to put it towards the net. It'll come behind the net. Hey, by the way, it's 2-0. Delaney, you're not paying attention. It's 2-0. It happened a long time ago. Where have you been? Selesnik trying to get by Restari. She'll dump it down in. 4-4 will end here in about 15 seconds. Opportunity here by DeAngela. She'll fire, and that goes wide over the crossbar. Reese Reed holding onto that puck once it gets past that. Rivulettes trying to cycle that puck around. We'll get it to the blue line. Cut in by Emerson Miller. Gets past the right side of Sanford this time as she was screened again. And oh, you got that one up the board quickly, did you? And Cambridge is now up 3-0. Emerson Miller notching another one. So third and fourth goals of the season being scored here in the second period. Not sure what the discussion here is about. Janowski's talking to the two officials about something. Not sure what the talk would be about. But the two referees are having a discussion about something. We'll see what happens with that. It's a goal. Looks like Central York complained about something, maybe goaltender interference or something. Four and four is now ended. Now a power play opportunity for Central York. Let's see if they can't get on the scoreboard here, down 3-0. Minor. Right over here on the near side to Deckers. Looking for Janowski. Maddie Kim gets to it first behind the net. 4 Panthers behind the net. 1 needed to be in front. Cambridge gets an opportunity and shoots it all the way down to the Central York end. Minor to the far side for Lily Paisley. Looking for Janowski. Bounces off the end of her stick and she'll battle for it on the far side corner. Looking for Paisley in front. Goes by everybody onto Hellock's stick. Caitlin Clark finding it but can't make use of it. Micah Carswell looking and she'll wait and she'll fire. That misses on the near side. Selesnik and Hellock locking sticks in the far side corner. Carrier trying to help out the cause, and she's in on it as well. Out in front, point blank for Hellock. Sanford ready for that, and that goes by behind the net. Lacey Rivers trying to intercept that puck. Here's Randall trying to feed out to Rivers, intercepted by Telesnik. Doesn't get that far, poked in front by Martone. She'll have to skate after it, but Ristori for Cambridge gets there first. 5.5 to go here in period number 2. 3-0 Cambridge Rivulettes. Cody fire it in. That's steered aside by Mitchell. Cody with it again. She'll step in again to the slot. Passes it off. Comes out over that blue line behind Ella Frasca, so she'll double back. Up to Abby Pack. Pack looking for Ordanis, goes by the end of her stick. Tries to center it again, and that goes past the crease. Cody, she'll fire it in, looking for a deflection in front for Ordanis. Play continues in the Cambridge end. They'll finally escape. Here's Ava Strome, one-on-one with Ella Frasca. Sending it over to Lauren Stiles, but she can't get the shot off. Cody lifting it out. Sending it all the way down. That should be icing. Yes, it is. A little late on those whistles for icing. Face off to the right of Sanford. It's going to be Ella Neal on the face-off dot and Shapira for Central York. Cambridge should have put it back out in front. Central York wants to get it out. They want to get an attempt here at a goal before the end of the second period. And another penalty coming. Holding call. Gonna go against number 26, Rachel Burt. And I'm running out of space on my score sheet here for the penalties. 2-minute power play here for Central York. Let's see if that can't get them jump-started and get a goal here to get the momentum switch to their side. Deckers down low to Triffon. Off the plexiglass. Deckers quarterbacking it behind the net. Slide up to Janowski. Janowski trying to look for Triffon, but she miscalculates on the pass and she'll have to chase after it, and that will be an icing call. Big shout out to everybody who's involved in the U18 tournament in Newfoundland, especially Coach Steve Dempsey for the Central York Panthers, who's coaching at the tournament. Wish you luck, and we'll be watching here from Aurora, Ontario. Shot in by Reese Reed. Nope, she'll wait and she'll try that again. Battle on the near side corner, and Paisley for Central York is going to come away with it, flipping it off to Triffon as she enters the zone. Janowski coming in, as is Paisley. It'll escape the zone and come all the way out to Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark sends it off to Telesnik, who doubles back. Off the boards, trying to send it forward, but by everybody and dumping into the far side corner. Caitlin Clark's going to give it a chase. 2-7s going at it. Off the boards and out to the neutral zone by Quinn Carswell, and back to Telesnik for Central York. Pass up to Caitlin Clark. She'll look, trying to drive it forward. Puck will come all the way back to Telesnik. She decides to dump it. Lewington now on the ice with Martone and Johnson, looking for an opportunity here to get a goal. 35 seconds remaining. Johnson waits to the point for Telesnik, just by her. Martone back to Johnson. Lewington down deep, and that's where she finds the puck out for Johnson. Shot in, steered aside. Johnson still looking for that puck. Shot in by Martone. Great save by Mitchell. And Mitchell's just going to have a seat and glove that down. So a great opportunity there for the Central York Panthers on the power play. 16 seconds left. Can't find a way to get it past Mitchell as we approach the 2.5-minute mark remaining in the second period. Rivulettes up by 3. Got to find a way to dig in. Randall to the far side, held onto the blue line by Pack, but only momentarily as D'Angelo breaks it through. Pass back to Ordanis. Ordanis looking for Shapira, but that's intercepted by Broderick. Broderick seems to be everywhere intercepting these pucks. Shapira trying to break through, and she does! Penalty shot! Waiting for a whistle. But there's going to be a penalty coming, whether it's a penalty shot or not. No, just a hook. I think it should be a penalty shot, but... .204 to go, and the Panthers are going to get a power play to end the second period. Setting it in, looking for a deflection for Janowski. Ashley Miner back on it, has her stick tied up, but it finds Blair Deckers at the point. Down deep, looking for the one-timer from Triffon, doesn't work. Janowski goes flying, back to Deckers at the blue line, over to Miner. Miner sending it through. Mitchell's got it. 1:36 remaining in the power play, 1:40 remaining in the second period. Janowski on the draw versus Stiles. They'll battle for it on the far side corner as the Central York Panthers try to get it out in front, work that puck loose and get a shot attempt. Oh, past Ashley Miner, and that will come all the way down into the Central York end. Ashley Miner will find it behind her netminder. Lewington, Johnson, Martone out for the power play. Ashley Miner off to Deckers. Deckers to Johnson, past her. Micah Carswell getting in the way of that pass. Deckers finds it, slides it off to Martone, who's looking for Johnson, intercepted by Stiles. Excuse me. Back down behind the net. Excuse me, folks. Sorry. Got a frog in my throat. I'm good. Referees blow that one dead behind the netminder as we approach 49 seconds. At 49 seconds remaining in the second period. 45 seconds remaining in the power play. Here's Caitlin Clark. Clark down the near side, poked aside by Reese Reed. She'll chase after it in the corner. Here's Kira Johnson looking for Lewington. Finds Martone. Martone back to Johnson, coming in with force. Here's Caitlin Clark. Back to Johnson, shot in. Saved by Mitchell, and she pounces on the loose puck. 22 seconds remaining in the power play, 26 seconds remaining in the second. Panthers want to get a goal here, get on the board here before the end of the second. Puck behind the net, trying to put it out in front of a ring around the boards and out to the neutral zone, so Rachel Chalesnik is going to have to go get it. Back on her own end. Looking for Martone. Martone trying to slide it off to Shapira. She's got it. Martone with a shot. That just goes over the crossbar. What a shot in by Audrey Martone. And that's how this period is going to end. Great action here. Not the place the Panthers want to be here after the second period. Down 3 goals. Again, 2 goals scored by Emerson Miller and 1 by Broderick. And third period should be interesting. Is that the word I want to use, interesting? No, well, it's going to be interesting. All right, folks, come on back for the third period. Okay, folks, welcome back to the Stronach Aurora Recreational Center. We're just getting set in for period number 3. Julian, what are you doing sitting down? We're going to get up here. Come on. My camera person is sitting down on the job. What's that all about? Don't giggle at me. You have a job to do here. We have one more period because I sense that these girls are going to come back. They are. It's going to happen. I did have a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. I can't bring you up to date again on that. Again, Kingston defeated OHA 3-2. Leaside defeated the PN 3-2. The Ottawa Senators were up 3-1 on North York, and there is a score in the Ridley-Waterloo game. Waterloo Ravens are up 1-0, and all other games just get going here in about 5 to 10 minutes, so I can't bring you up to date on that. This game, however, definitely looking different after the second period, as the Rivulettes find themselves up by 3, 2 goals from Emerson Miller and 1 goal by Marin Broderick. And I believe they were all even strength goals. I'm kind of, secretly wishing the Central York Panthers really dig it in gear and really come back. 3 goals is not insurmountable. They just have to keep playing the game the way they've been playing it. So. Final minute in the intermission. I'm going to get one more sip of my coffee. I nearly had a frog choke me to death in the end of the second period, so I'll make sure that doesn't happen again. And I won't back. Oh, I should stop singing. I'm just having fun. I sing on key at least. I don't sound horrible when I sing. Final 15 seconds, folks. Once again, thank you so much for joining the live stream here this afternoon on a beautiful Sunday. Shapiro to take the draw versus Styles, and third period is underway. Let's see how the Central York Panthers can bounce back from a 3-0 deficit. Cambridge trying to work it out in front. Shapiro on the job, gets it to the neutral zone. Right to Abby Pack, which is a couple of strides behind, so Ristori is going to pick it up first. Shapiro trying to pass it toward Dennis, back and forth in the far side corner. Back behind the goal. Rivulettes taking over, but the Panthers want to get another crack at this, so they'll come all the way back to Frasca. Frasca, cross-ice pass, looking for a Panther, nobody home. Everybody didn't see the pass. Lewington off to Cody, sliding it off to Johnson. Johnson's got Martone, she'll fire, and she finds the top shelf. Oh, yes! All right, I'm going to be a little excited about that, and I'm glad you put that one on the board as quickly as you did. What a shot by Kira Johnson. Oh, my goodness. Kira Johnson notching her 5th goal of the season, and in the first minute, it's 3-1. Let's get that puck down and do it again. Again, not that I'm biased. I'm trying to be impartial here. Here's Johnson again. Same line still out. Martone trying to slide over to Lewington. It bounces over her stick. Ashley Miner trying to put it forward. Here's Elizabeth Janowski trying to get around Ava Strum, trying to hand it off to Paisley, intercepted by Rachel Burt. Another penalty coming. I think this one's going to go against Cambridge. I think I'm right. Interference? Nope. Check to the head. Ava Strom being called for a head check. And a 2-minute power play. Let's see if the Central York Panthers can maintain this momentum and draw within 1 with this power play. Positive thoughts, Panthers fans. Still lots of time left in this game. puck coming to Briar Deckers at the blue line. She's got Minor. That's who she passes to. Minor down low looking for the deflection for Triffon. That nearly works. Steered aside. And the Rivulettes will send it free all the way down to Sanford. Sanford leaving it for Minor. Deckers, Triffon, Shapira. Triffon's got it, sending it up to Lily Paisley. Paisley drop passing it to Triffon. Ashley Minor holding the line. Trying to pull it off the near side boards and into the slot area. Another penalty coming. But against the Rivulettes, we got some 5-on-3 happening for the first time. It's going to be Carriere. Being called on the infraction. I did not see what the sign was, but I'll hear it called here in a second. But 5-on-3 for Central York and a gift. Let's see if they can't draw within one. Body checking. Pack steps in. Gets it underneath! Mitchell, and it's 3-2! What did I tell you? What did I tell you, Delaney? That negates one penalty. That's Abby Pack with the goal. 5th goal of the season. Wow. I told you, Delaney. All right, Central York Panther fans, keep the positive vibes coming. Looks like timeout being called by Cambridge, I believe. Timeout? Yeah, I believe Cambridge just called a timeout. Wow. See, 2 goals in less than 2 minutes. Woohoo! Go Panthers, go! Hey, don't mention the O word. Don't you dare mention the O word. Both Delaney and I are Rogers TV volunteers, and we don't like the O word because that means we were here longer. But no. I've already been through a 9-round shootout. I don't want to do that again today. It'd be fun, but I don't think I want to go home. I do have to admit the Central York Panthers squad has shown some resilience in this game. I've seen it in the past. They're going to have a lot of momentum behind their backs now, pushing them towards the end of this game. Great job there by Charlotte Endicott. Still a power play here, Shapira. Pack, one-timer. Whoa, puck right through the blue, but nobody home to poke it in. Back to Ordana, sliding it through, out to Cody. Cody holding on to the blue line. Great job by Mackenzie Cody to hold the line. It's going to skip out now. Pack settles it down, makes a turn. Everyone gets on side. In comes Abby Pack. Maddie Kim interrupting that endeavor. Back out to the blue line for Mackenzie Cody. She'll cut to the middle. That's going to get intercepted by Hillock. She'll get her stick behind it and send it down. 1 minute remaining in the penalty to Carrier. Johnson, Lewington, Martone line back on for this power play. They haven't connected, all 3 of them together. Johnson does have a goal. Let's see if they can keep the momentum alive here. Clark. Martone. Errant puck by Johnson, couldn't get her stick behind it. Clark still holding the line as Neal and Martone battling it out. Puck out in front again. Martone at the point, shooting it through and by everybody to the far side corner. Oh my goodness, final 15 seconds of the power play. Can the Central York Panthers tie it up? Out in front for Martone, she'll wait, she'll fire, looking for the deflection. Can't get it past Mitchell. Martone in possession of the puck again. Can't hold on as the penalty will expire and we're back to 5-on-5. Rachel Telesnik with a little space. That may have been about too many players. I didn't have time to count, but it looked like a lot of Rivulettes on the ice at once. You can hear the crowd screaming it. What action on that power play. They do draw within a goal, though. Puck coming all the way down to behind Sanford, who has not seen the puck in a little bit. She looks like she'll see it now. Hillock down into the corner. Lacey Rivers behind the goal line, trying to get it out in front to Carswell. Carswell trying to hand it off. Comes right to Ashley Miner. Miner to Triffon, intercepted by Reese Reed. And the puck will come back down behind the goal line. Dwyer Deckers finds it, tries to hand it off to Triffon. Up to Lily Paisley. Paisley looking for Shapira. She'll find her, but it goes past her stick. And they'll have to chase for it in the far side corner. Trying to get it out in front. Cody fires it in. Saved by Mitchell. Cody with it again, sending it over to Triffon. She'll try the one-timer. Couldn't get the full force of her stick behind it. Play continues as the Rivulettes will lift it and get it to neutral. D'Angelo right there looking for Rivers. Trying to scoot around Frasca. Ordanis down possession. To the blue line for Carrier, and she sends it back down behind the goal line. Miller trying to collect that puck. She finds it. Back to Carrier. No, she'll bring it into the slot. Trying to hand it off to Sharon. Sharon now has it, trying to get away from Frasca. Battle on the far side. Right out in front, through the slot. Carrier putting it back in. An errant stick gets it out of harm's way, and another penalty coming against the Central York Panthers. Netminder back on the bench for the extra attacker, but the Central York Panthers will touch up to call it dead. It'll be a hooking call. That's going against Frasca. And I am running out of space here on my power play opportunity here. Less than 14 minutes to go in the third period. There's only a 1-goal differential now. Martone, short-handed, trying to get around Ristori. She's surrounded by 3 white jerseys, so she could not get to the target. But what a great job by RJ Martone, trying to pin it down there to knock off seconds off the power play. Out to Ella Neal. Neal trying to hand it. Here's Lewington. She'll get it out of harm's way. And Lewington and Martone will head to the bench for a breather. Off to Maddie Kim. Kim getting around to Lesnick. She does. She waits and she'll fire. Toe save by Sanford. Oh, and Rachel Burt with a hard fall right into the boards. To the blue line for Reese Reed. Intercepted by Lily Paisley. That pass meant for Maddie Kim, and they'll battle it out. 2-7s again in the far side corner. Over to Rachel Burt, loses an edge. Shot in by Reese Reed as Strone handed her the puck, and a great save by Sanford. 1 minute gone in the power play. Johnson versus Stiles. They'll scoot over to Sanford. She'll cover that up quickly for a face-off. Dwyer Deckers has it off the draw. She'll bring it off the plexiglass and out to the neutral zone. Johnson trying to get around Randall. Nearly had an opportunity, but Randall's going to peel back and go back behind the net and recalculate her options, as they say. Randall around Johnson, hands it off to Broderick. Broderick weaving around Miner. Great job by Triffon. Out to the point for Randall. She'll fire it in, but that misses wide of the near side post. Off the boards. Miner gloves it down, but she's hammered into the ice. She's getting up okay. Over to the far side. To Randall. Puck loose. Micah Carswell gets there just in time before Triffon ran away with it. Into the corner. Back behind Randall. Back to 5-on-5. Into the neutral zone. To Lesnick trying to push it back towards the Cambridge end. Cambridge bringing it right back into the Central York end. Mackenzie Cody behind the net. Bringing around the boards. Looking for Ordanis. It'll bounce off of her stick and enter the Cambridge zone. Round Restori. Out to the far side. Trying to cut in. Panthers hold the line, sending it down. High stick. Gets touched by a Central York stick first, so that's not whistled down, but it was batted down by a high stick. Ristori, far side. Abby Pack bringing it out. Trying to pull it off those boards, as is Ordanis. Far side pass for Ella Neal. She's a couple of strides back, but does manage to get around it. Here's to Lesnick trying to cut her off at the pass. Pack batting it away, and they can't center that puck. Great defensive move. Right on to Miller, and now Reed. She'll send it through, and that's blocked by Cody with the shin guard. It'll come right back to the red line for Reese Reed. Making a turn and bringing it in, looking for Neal, who's parking herself in front of the net. In comes to Lesnick, around the boards, out to Johnson, intercepted by Miller. Reed sends it back in on target, but that skipped aside and into the near side corner. About to hit the halfway point of this third and final frame. Here's Kira Johnson. She's got Martone with her. Shoots! Back out to Lewington. She can't get it past Mitchell. My goodness. Nearly had the game-tying goal past Mitchell. Rivulettes standing tall. Here's Lewington. She's got Martone and Johnson. Back to Martone. She fires. Saved by Mitchell. Puck loose. Shot in. That goes wide. That shot being made by Kira Johnson. Johnson and Martone heading towards the benches. They are gassed after that. Janowski now has it at the red line, making a half a lap, coming in with Paisley on her left. You got to figure that the momentum is shifted towards the Panthers, that a game-tying goal is coming. It's just a matter of time. Cody. Picked up by Quinn Carswell, and it gets to D'Angelo, and it gets out to neutral. Here's Ella Frasca. Frasca weaving around, Paisley. That goes up and down and out of play. Whoa. Almost took my ear set. Sorry. Getting too excited. 9:19, remaining in the third. 3-2, still in favor of the Rivulettes, but I sense something's about to happen here, Delaney. You wait. I've been right so far, right? Telesnik shoots, save, rebound available, but Paisley couldn't capitalize on that before Mitchell pounces on the puck, putting the play dead. We'll set up shop here on the right side of Mitchell. Behind the net, over to the far side. Carrier trying to hand it off to Carswell. It finds the blue line. Caitlin Clark holding on to it. It'll trickle into the near side corner. Holding the line. Paisley's got it. Shoots. Finds. No way. How is that? Okay, I want a video review on that. That looked to have found the top left corner because I did not hear it strike any iron. We'll have to go look at that after the fact. But you know what? It'll be a moot point if we actually score a goal here in the next couple of minutes. So, in comes Carswell. This is Micah Carswell trying to center it. Picked up by Telesnik. I swear to God that was in. Off here to the left of Sanford. Slide through the blue paint, and let's steer it aside to the far side. Shot in. Whoa. To the far side of the post, trying to wrap around. Sanford gets the skate over and shuts the door out to Abby Pack. You can just feel the momentum is all on Central York's side right now. That's going to be an icing call against the Central York Panthers. Face off again to the left of Sanford. Battle behind the net. Rivulette's trying to put it out in front. Shapira. Gets a handle on that puck, trying to work it around Carswell. Rivers finds it. Back to the blue line for Broderick's one-timer. Can't get the full force behind it, and the Central York Panthers will clear it. Oh my goodness, Martone hit. No call on the play, and she is slow to get up. That's going to get whistled down. I did not see a hand go up for a penalty, but she was hit hard. She's just coming off a couple of games off just recently due to injury. But she's making her own way to the bench, so that's a good sign. I'm sure the trainer's going to check her out. But that was a hard hit. Play continues here in the Central York end. Penalty coming on that play for sure. Looks like it's a trip. Yep. D'Angela's going to sit on that infraction. On the board. Minor. Whoa, skip the side. That didn't miss by much. Far side. Little trick all the way down behind the goal. Far side. Deckers handing it off to Janowski. Back behind the goal line. They'll ring it around the boards and out into the neutral zone. So Miner's going to have to go back and get it. Ashley Miner. Just over a minute left here in the power play. Pass up to Organis off the end of her stick, so they'll have to go chase it. Reese Reed gets to it first, right around the boards and back out into the neutral zone. Here's Abby Pack. Can't get it over that red line. She does now. Down into the corner. Reed gets a stick on it and sends it flying. .45 seconds remaining on the power play. Here's Shapira. To the blue line. Far side for Ordana. She'll fire. That's a save. Puck still loose. Rivulettes find it and get rid of it. 25 seconds remaining in the power play. Mackenzie Cody finding it where Sanford leaves it. Quick pass up to Johnson. Jardson Lewington on the board, and usually that's Martone, and Martone's not out, so she may be out for the game as Sarah Martin is taking the position on that power play. Back down behind the goal line. Johnson. Cody down to Lewington. Lewington's got Martin with her. Lewington bringing it around to the other side where Martin will find it. She does find it. Puts it towards the goal, but right on to Lacey Rivers' stick, and they manage to get it out. Down the far side, enters the zone. Paisley fires. That goes wide. To Telesnik. Telesnik down low. Paisley. Paisley looking for a friendly stick. Can't find it. Puck will come out to neutral. Telesnik will make a turn and dump it down into the near side corner. Mitchell will leave it for Reed. Still behind the net. Triffon trying to get it out in front, as is Janowski. Final 4 minutes of play here in the third period. In a couple of minutes, I'll look to the net and see if Sanford makes a beeline for the bench. Right now, it's Ava Strome bringing it in over the blue line for the Rivulettes. Come behind the net, picked up by Ella Frasca. Frasca to the far side for Paisley, and in front for Rachel Bird, excuse me. Rivulettes still in possession. They'll try to get it out in front, looking for the backhand, but it'll sail into the far side corner. Trevon down the near side. Back behind the net. It'll bounce and all the way into the Central York end. Will that be icing? No. Here's Shapira working around Hillock. Nearly got intercepted. Deckers putting it back the right way. Pack's going to chase it. Back to Ordanis. Miner stepping in to hold the line. On the near side, boards as they battle for it. Pack comes away with it over to Shapira. She'll work herself loose. Sails it over to Miner. Miner steps in, fires, steered aside. Back to Deckers. She hands it right back off to Shapira. Broderick finds it, meets a wall in Deckers, and she's just nailed. My goodness. Quinn Carswell tries the backhand over to Hillock. That skips into the near side corner. Final 2.5 minutes. Central York needs to get possession of that puck in order for the netminder to come out and get an extra attacker on. Out in front. That skips behind the goal. Carswell and Carswell, hand in hand, trying to get it out in front. Here's Zoe Ordanis sliding it off. In comes Emerson Miller. Kim at the blue line, dumping it down. Time running out. Final 2 minutes of the third period. Out to Ordanis. Ordanis looking for Martone. Good to see her back. Here's Kira Johnson! And she scores! Great to see Martone back, but Johnson didn't need it. Kira Johnson notching another one, and this game is tied. Oh my, I told you at the top of the third, Delaney. Woo! Sorry folks if I went a little hypersonic. I get excited when that kind of stuff happens. I hope you guys yell as loud as I did. Oh my goodness. We are tied 3-3 with under 2 minutes to go in the third. Wow. I'm speechless. Back to Ristori. Opportunity by Martone. Can't get it out from under the feet of Ristori. To Lesnick. Up to Lewington. Lewington leaves it for Martone. Hands it off to Martone. And once again, good to see Martone back on the ice after that hard hit. What a trooper. Paisley looking for it. Picked up by Emerson Miller, the other 16. It'll go to the far side for Carrier. Carrier batted off. Trying to work towards the net, but it's going to come away with the Rivulettes stick in possession. DeAngela sending it to the slot, picked up by Trifon. Trifon sending it back to the Rivulette end. Janowski chasing it. Here's Mackenzie Cody. Mackenzie Cody's going to dump it down in. Final 40 seconds. Behind the net. Rivulette's looking for a rush. Here's Randall. Paisley with a turnaround. She's got space, but 4 white jerseys around her. Blocker saved by Mitchell. Final 25 seconds. Out to the neutral zone. Pack will bring it right back in, but she's alone. Loses the edge on that, and Carswell sending it into her own bench. 11 seconds on the clock. We're tied at 3, and did you not mention that word earlier? Delaney, do I have you to blame if I'm late for dinner? Don't show me the clock. Final 10 seconds. Now, no matter what, and it looks like this game is going to go to extra time, and it will, both teams have now garnered a point. And that is the important thing. the Central York Panthers were able to come back from a 3-0 deficit with 2 goals from Johnson, 1 goal from Pack, and we are tied 3-3. So this overtime is going to be darn right interesting. Once again, it's 5 minutes of 3-on-3. If nothing is solved in the 5 minutes, then we go to the best of 3 shootouts. But we ain't getting that far. It's going to be solved quickly in overtime, and I'm predicting it's going to be a Central York Panther win, because right now they've got all the momentum behind them right now. How do they not win after this? Now, kudos to both teams. This is a very well evenly matched contest. A couple of good breaks there for the Cambridge Rivulettes to get it to 3-0. Sanford screened in the first 2 shots. So, this game can go either way. Reset that to 5 minutes. Right, yeah, there you go. Over to the 4th period, though. Say it again. Little quirk about this little app. You have to kind of do that each time. There's a break between the periods. There's another minute left here in the rest period, and then we'll get set for that dreadful word, overtime. I've seen a lot of overtimes in U22 Elite since the beginning of the season. At least 3 or 4 that I can name right now, as well as that big 9-round shootout back 2 weeks ago today. Fun. Maybe not fun, but no, probably not fun for the team. I'll take a breather here. Take one more sip of my iced coffee now. So once again, these ladies, Central York Junior Panthers, are back in action. They go down the road to London. They just faced off London yesterday. They go meet them in their hometown next Saturday. I'm really hoping I can be on that one. I want to go to that one and bring this one to you. But one way or the other, I'll be back here next Sunday to bring you the next home game as we continue through our season. How will Game 17 end for Central York? Will it be 1 point, or 2 points? Johnson squaring off. Johnson, Pack, Minor. Against Kim, Reed, and Miller. Rivulettes have it after the draw. Possession is everything in overtime. Minor to Johnson by her stick. Back onto Reese Reed, poked aside by Johnson. Reese Reed making a big turn. She's got speed. Minor's trying to keep pace. Reed trying to go around. Great job by Minor to keep up with her, and she pins her to the corner. Miller trying to come in and shovel that puck out. She gets it. Hampered by Pack. Great job by Abby Pack. 2-on-1. Pack and Johnson. Oh, hands it off to Johnson. She was just a couple of strides behind, and she goes tearing into the corner. No call. I'm not sure why that wasn't a hook. To the far side. 1 minute gone. Paisley. Referees keeping the whistles in their pockets. Here's Janowski. Poked aside. Back behind the net. Rivulettes slowing it down a little bit. Out to Paisley. Oh my goodness! To the far side. Can't put it in the top corner. Lily Paisley. She's got Janowski with her. She has to hold on to that puck, and she's hauled off. D'Angelo and Janowski will battle for it. Right on to Paisley. Looking for Telesnik at the blue line. Telesnik to Paisley. They'll trade places, and the puck will come out to the neutral zone, so Telesnik will draw it back. Pushed off the puck again. Again, no call. 3 minutes to go here in overtime. Out to Randall. That puck will deflect and go down. Getting it to Audrey Martone. Martone sending it to the far side. Here's Telesnik. She's got Lewington. She'll peel back, looking for Audrey Martone. Martone and Lewington against Reynolds. She'll fire. Just misses. Lewington to Martone. Martone upended. No call on that. Lewington leaves it for Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark handing it off. Didn't get all the way to Martone, and here's Neal Up to Rachel Burt. She's got a chance. Waits the backhand. Fires. Gets the game-winning goal. And it looks like the Rivulettes are going to win this one in overtime by a score of 4-3. Now, I don't know what was happening with the referees. I guess they don't call penalties in overtime, but there are at least 3 that I can count. Rivulettes, unfortunately, are going to take this one away from the Central York Panthers to get the extra point. Just 2.5 minutes. Now, kudos to Central York for coming back and getting a point out of this. I didn't see who scored that. I think it was Burt for the game winner. And that's a heartbreaker of a loss with the way these guys rebounded in resiliency to come back and tie this one. Again, I saw at least 3 times they could have called penalties in overtime, and the referees decided to put the whistles away. Rivulettes with a great goal. I'm not saying that wasn't a great goal. I'm just saying I think there could have been a couple of calls made in overtime. Anyway, this score ends 4-3 in favor of the Rivulettes. They'll get the extra point, but the Central York Panthers do get one to try to hold on to second spot here in U22 Elite. That's all I have to say about that. So we're going to sign off here from Aurora, Ontario and the Stronach Aurora Recreational Centre. My name is Cheryl Gilroy, along with my partner Delaney Schwartz. Thank you so much for joining the live stream. I can't wait to bring more action to you. Enjoy the rest of Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, and keep the faith. Good afternoon.